Atiku Abubakar has said his political party or political ties with Bola Tinubu crashed in 2007 after the former Lagos governor demanded feeding a Muslim ticket in that year's presidential election. So this is what this man has been nursing. You know, when you hear some people saying that, oh, he's being forced to do that. And some people have come out to say, tell us that this man, even his wife that he is now using as a yardstick, that is a pastor, that is an agenda. There is an agenda because he's been nursing this kind of a thing. You can imagine this kind of a person. And because when you see his wife character with, being a minister or whether a pastor, there are no correlations at all. You can't, because his character is different from, when you talk about Christians, and not to talk of even in a reputable church like Redeem, his her character is just the opposite. Some people of the opinion that this man has been nursing this whole thing and he has been planning, and that's why he said you hear him and hear people saying, oh, he helped this one. Those people who think he has been helping, he was trying to do that so that they'll be able to help him, and they'll be able to, plotting them all over the place. And they will tell you he's so generous with money. People are trying to be politically correct using that word, that is so generous with money. It is bribery. It's corruption, corrupting them with money. And that's why some of them say, no, they can't continue. Somebody like Aregbesola, Femi Jodu, and so on like that. No, this man is not that kind of person that he should be there. Just like Obasanjo too is really on Atiku's case. But that is just a different thing altogether. But what we are talking now is this Atiku confession now, that this man has been nursing this thing. So this is not the first time. And if you hear Babache Lawal too, that this man has been having this notion of this a Muslim ticket, but he never believed him, not until now. Well, Mr. Abubakar stood as the presidential candidate of the now defunct Opposition Action Congress against Umar Yar'Adua of the then ruling People's Democratic Party. Mr. Yar'Adua won the election but died in office 3 years later in May 2010. Mr. Abubakar, the PDP's presidential candidate for next year's election, said he became politically estranged with Mr. Tinubu after he presented Ben Obi, a Christian from southern Nigeria, as his vice presidential candidate in the 2007 election. He insisted on running with me, and I didn't believe it was right to have a Muslim ticket. Mr. Abubakar said in an interview with Arise Television, that was the point of my fundamental departure with him. The Action Congress was formed by Mr. Abubakar, Mr. Tinubu, and other political heavyweights, and Mr. Abubakar, Nigeria's vice president at the time, was locked in a political battle with President Olusegun Obasanjo. The alliance crashed by the 2011 election after Mr. Abubakar returned to the PDP, and Mr. Tinubu rebranded the party as Action Congress of Nigeria. The ACN was amongst the 5 political blocs that became the now ruling All Progressives Congress (APC). A spokesman for Mr. Tinubu's camp did not even immediately return a request seeking comments about Mr. Abubakar's claim on Thursday night. Mr. Abubakar's comment came as Mr. Tinubu remained under public backlash for presenting a Muslim ticket ahead of next year's election. Mr. Tinubu, the APC presidential candidate, is a Muslim from Lagos, while his vice presidential choice, Alhaji Kashim Shettima, is from Kano. The ticket has faced a nationwide uproar from Nigerian Christians, including members of Mr. Tinubu's party, who vowed to resist and sabotage it from within. The State Security Service, Nigeria's domestic intelligence outfit, has also warned of their national security implication of Mr. Tinubu's decision. The Arise interview marked the first public comment by Mr. Abubakar on the matter, and his position appeared to reinforce the opposition arguments against Mr. Tinubu, which centered largely on the fragility of the country's multi-ethnic and multi-religious composition. It also strengthened assertions of Bukola Saraki and other politicians that Mr. Tinubu made a similar push to force himself as Muhammad Buhari's running mate in 2015, before the party later settled for Yemi Osinbajo. He to political and legal aid to Mr. Tinubu. Nigeria's over 200 million population is largely considered evenly split between Muslims and Christians across over 400 ethnic groups. Yet Mr. Tinubu has emphasized that his Muslim position was the right measure, and complaints against it should be dismissed as an ethno-religious provocation. I think, when you check at what happened in 2015 when he wanted to be the vice presidential candidate to Buhari, and again with what Atiku Abubakar is saying, you would have thought that maybe because he wanted to be, to have the power, at least since he had people who could be more politically stronger than him, so he wanted to be their vice, so that by this after then he will now become the president. But now he has the opportunity of being the presidential candidate himself. Then you now think that, say, okay, that was just what he wanted. But now, to make matter worse, not because you think that because he wanted to be the vice presidential candidate as at then, that was why he was talking about the Muslim ticket, and which did not work for him. But you'd have just thought that, okay, you have the ticket yourself, then the best thing to do is for you to get another person from another region or religion and region that will really enhance your this thing. That means it goes beyond. That means he has an agenda. This guy has an agenda. And that's why some people are just trying to relate the situation with a MK Abiola, that at the end of the day, did they get it? No, they didn't get it. So this man is confirmed that he has an agenda. It is a dream come true for selfish, self-centered Tinubu. As a Nigeria, I have two major dreams. One, to see Tinubu win the upcoming presidential election. If not, then constitution should be amended in order to ensure Buhari run for the third time. We need them more than they need us, really. It is better Buhari run for third time than Tinubu to win. Not surprised because you are an unrepentant religious fanatic. May everything bad happening in Nigeria happen to you and your family members. May bandits and terrorists visit you and your children. See where Buhari government and APC kept Nigeria since. Well, you are a minority in Nigeria. You are zero value to the economic development of Nigeria as entity. So who needs you? Voters card registration ends 31st July. Registration of PVC also goes on Saturdays and Sundays at INEC state and local government offices nationwide. In 2014, Atiku left PVC to APC to contest against Jonathan because, according to him, he said it was the turn of the North. Buhari defeated him at the primary. Buhari has used the slots of the North. Today, Atiku do not even see anything wrong, anything reason why power should shift. He wants to add 8 years of Buhari to his own. So now, so we Mumu reach was another thing. That was when he insisted that Atiku should deputize him, but Atiku refused. He said the same thing to Buhari too. Buhari refused. And you begin to you'll be surprised that the same Buhari now, who rejected that Muslim thing, is now saying it's okay, it's better. Then he has a mission. Yeah. One thing Tinubu needs is walking stick, not president. He has an ulterior motive and agenda. Look at him very well. Can't you see evil intent all around him? So Atiku is not even appearing live on Arise TV tomorrow. Waiting being planned now. Afterthought, Atiku should face his marital marriage that has become an enigma in his life. In Olusegun Obasanjo's My Watch, page 47 to 53 is dedicated to how Atiku plundered his nation or this nation into abject poverty using his white goods privatization. He was also mentioned in the $16 million electricity project. What difference does Atiku has from Tinubu? Is even worse. Tinubu is a confused old man. Nothing for him. Tinubu has agenda. He will never be president. Yes, if he has that agenda, he will never be.